I am Daniel Madison. Sometimes people, they fall apart, they cry, they express pain, not because they are weak, but because they've been strong for too long. I'm recording, I'm creating every day, and for the same reason every time, to share what's happening up here and in here, and to listen to this thing that otherwise I would keep it contained and I wouldn't share it. But the idea that the people that I've made connections with through this medium, to keep those connections alive and kind of look after them in hope that I'm speaking to somebody who I'm helping, which I'm finding more and more that the people are reaching back and saying, yeah, you're helping, so keep going. So this is one of those moments where I didn't really know what I was going to speak about. I just know that I've got to create, I have to do this. It's almost like therapy to me. So I woke up with this idea that's really tricky and difficult to talk about for a number of different reasons. So I'm not sure how I'm going to say it or what, if it's going to make sense. But I guess that doesn't really matter anymore. I kind of look around and look at people and look at society, I guess is the word, and look at normality, reality, and the way that life works, right? So you look outside your window, you go for a walk on the street, you go to a shop, you see you're surrounded by reality and normality. And I'm finding myself, and I don't want to feel like this, but I'm finding myself let down by almost everybody, because we all have this opportunity to, and this sounds really corny and cheesy, but to be ourselves, right? We have the opportunity every time we wake up, every minute of the day, we've got a new opportunity to do something that expresses who we are as individuals. I don't believe that many of us look into or try to find out who they are, or at least get to know themselves in a way that they can break through the fear and just be themselves, just be whatever, or be what they're becoming. Like I don't know what it is to be myself, but I know what it is to be becoming. So I feel like I'm becoming something, and I like to think that's life. You know, you're never something, you're always becoming, you're always on the journey, and may you never get there, right? So now that I'm on this journey and I'm analyzing, I'm thinking about art, and I try to live my life as an art every single day, and the more I do it, the more I get into it, the deeper I am. I'm at the deepest point every day. I get a little bit deeper, and I feel like I'm beyond the word art. So my life has become something more than an art. It feels like it needs a different word for it, but we're going to use art, and I'll always use the word art. I live my life as an art. So because I'm doing this, I've landed in this new perspective where I'm looking at everybody else, and I'm by no means judging anybody or everybody or comparing anybody to me. I'm not doing that, but from my perspective, from where I am, and knowing that there are people out there who want to do the same thing and want to follow that calling, and they want to become, and they're not doing it, it makes me a little bit upset. And then you look at normality, you look outside of your window at reality, and you see people just doing what they're told. Everybody looks the same. Everybody sounds the same. Everybody says the same things, talks the same. They have the same routines. They're living their lives the same. They're copies of copies of copies. And nobody is doing it different. I remember being in that position, and I only wish I'd have stepped out of it sooner. So I guess what I wanted to do in this video is to offer a little bit of encouragement and a little bit of a push in that direction. And it's the same thing every time. We are controlled by one of two things: love or fear. It's fear that stops people becoming or being or expressing and finding out what it is, finding out what the calling is, what the intuition is. People don't listen to it because they're kind of told not to. It's not normal, right? I've created my own reality, and the sacrifices that you have to make and the things you will lose are incredible. They are immense, but they are worth it. Every single one of them. Now, I'm tired of looking around and seeing the same thing. I'm bored. I am bored of you. You're boring me. You're boring me. You've got an opportunity every single day to do something different, to express something different. Now, I'm very connected to the magic world, the teaching of magic, the practice of magic, the improvement of the deceptive practices and the deceptive arts, the advancement of magic as an art. And I'm bored out of my mind by being in it and having nobody listen to me or nobody entertain me. You know, I'm waiting to be entertained. And when I look at videos and I watch magicians, I see a copy of a copy of a copy. You're all doing the same tricks. You're all using the same playing cards. You're all saying the same thing. And most of you are trying to be the same person. Look at the format that happened when magic went from mulling around in the internet to YouTube. Thank you, Chris Ramsey. So they see Chris and they think, that's what I have to do. That's the formula. That's what I have to do. Subscriber count is important. Comments, likes, all that, it's important. No, it's not, but we're led to believe that it is. We're led to believe that this is what magic looks like. This is the future of magic. So I have to look like that. I have to act like that. I have to say the same things, do the same things, use the same playing cards. I can't be myself. And then you convince yourself that that is who you are. Then all of a sudden magic is damaged. I'm not saying that anybody's come along and damaged magic, but the idea that we follow our idols so closely in trying to be like them that we're no longer like ourselves and we no longer know what we are. I'm bored of seeing the same old, even some of the most reputable, credible magicians that I've known in my life are doing the same thing. They're copying the same formula. It's frustrating, it's annoying. Not from a point of magic. I'm only talking from my frame of reference, from what I know, from where I am, from where I've been. I'm talking about these people as individuals, as humans. Why are you doing it like somebody else? I think it's fear. I think fear does that. Fear stops people being themselves, or stops people finding out who they are. And fear for sure makes people afraid to do something different or to try something different. Me, I put all my eggs in one basket. I always have, I always will. I don't have a safety net. I really don't have a safety net because I'm committed to what I do. I'm committed to it the way that I do it. And if nobody wants to watch what I'm doing, then I'll still do it. I'm my only audience, I think. I feel like I'm my only audience because I'm true to myself. My integrity is intact, 100%. And it's that one word is missing. It's missing from everything I look at, integrity. Now, since I've started being vocal about these things and showing, leading by example, showing demonstrations of how you can do it, how you can live a very fulfilled and rich life as yourself. I'm showing by demonstration, and the more I do it, the more connections I make, the more people come in, the bigger that circle becomes that I'm in. The numbers don't matter. I don't care about numbers, subscriptions, how many people are there, how many people are not. It's my calling and it's my duty to help. I started off my 20-year career as a magic teacher, as a guide. I don't like the word guru, as a preacher even, of deception as an art, and magic and deception as a performance art. the more I do it, the more I've been into it, and the more connections I make, there's so much more value and energy, and so much more success. And value is the biggest word. There's so much more value in helping human beings. You know, I've started this group where we operate together, the Alliance, the Mad Alliance, the Alliance, as a means and a way to show these people that there's a place for you, and that we can have those connections and conversations, and we can give them a home somewhere where they can be nourished and fed and grown and developed. And it's not limited to the walls of this thing. There are no walls around it. I'm reaching out to everybody who I have the potential to help, because that's my calling in life. Even if it means that I end up homeless with nothing, this is my calling in life, and I'm following it 100%, no safety net. The more I do this, the more I find value in helping human beings. So my 20-year career of magic, although it's staying there, and I will forever be a teacher of magic and deception, I think in doing this and just turning the camera on and letting it all out, I believe that this is helping someone. Reaching out to somebody, I don't know who it is, I don't know if it's one person or more. I mean, if it's 0 people, if it's helping no one, then I'm helping that guy right there. I'm helping myself. The one thing that bugged me, that made me start thinking of these things, is I guess image is a big part of it. Image, the way that, you know, we have to express ourselves somehow. Every human wants to express themselves. They do it in very different ways. It's usually very subtle. I try to be quite open with the way I express myself, as a way of leading by example, as a way of demonstration. It's frustrating sometimes to look around and see everybody looking the same, knowing that behind that person, inside them, here and here, there's a real person. There's a real person crushed underneath an image that they believe they have to be, and believe they have to look like this and act like this and say these things and do these things. Same music, same editing style, same things, same introduction, same begging for subscribers, comments, likes, and all that. I'm doing an experiment at the minute with Instagram. No comments. You know, appreciate the image, appreciate the message. Without comments, can it be done? What happens, you know? I'll talk more about that in a different video, though. There's a very deep meaning behind that. Same thing with these videos. Anyway, I'm going to stop myself talking there, because I feel like I'm just kind of starting to babble, but I have to do this, right? So I guess this is what they call vlogging. For me, it's weird. It's a weird word. It's a weird process. But at the same time, giving myself the freedom to talk about whatever I want in an attempt to reach somebody and help them, I feel like this is time well spent for me, time well spent for that person who I might be reaching. If it's you, then come and find me, you know? So the Alliance, my God, it's my goodness, my word, it is going well. It is the connection, the group, the people. I'm so proud of what it's become, and what the Alliance are molding it into, what they're shaping it into is an incredible thing. The first ever 9 of Clubs gathering is happening soon, and it's just for the Alliance, just for the Alliance. So I wish I could talk about it, and I will talk about it a lot once the day has been and gone, and we're going to film, and I'm going to make projects with a whole bunch of people who are turning up. It's going to be a really good, powerful event. Can't wait for it. This guy, this is one of my boys, this is one of my guys, one of my, a very important member of the Alliance. So I think the message that I've given in this video is going to end here, and the rest of the video that continues is going to be just for the Alliance, just for the Alliance. I want to talk to you guys privately, so for everybody else, thanks for watching, thanks for listening, and if it's you, come and find a way to get to me, and we'll talk, we'll see what that connection does. And I'm begging everybody watching, please do something different. Please stop boring me. Please stop boring everybody else. You know, you want to do something good. You want to you want to have value. You know, you want to do something meaningful. Do something different. Don't just copy everybody else. I understand inspiration, taking inspiration from somebody, and kind of seeing what happens that with your development, with your idea of your version, your variation, your development of somebody else's inspiration. I understand that. But I guess use that in a different way. Take the inspiration from them and use it in a different way. I hope I'm making sense. If I'm not, it doesn't really matter. I am Daniel Madison. See you next time.